Hopefully you were able to maintain your stamina with this problem. However, if you were stuck, if you got winded, it just wasn't making sense, it didn't work out for you, wanted to see another example, I'm going to show you how to solve this equation with rational expressions. So I'm going to go through this, my document camera here. All right. To work with our fractions, we need to get, if we're adding and subtracting fractions, I should say, we need to get a common denominator. This is an x. And I mentioned that the fastest way to get a common denominator is to just, the least amount of thinking way to get a common denominator is to just multiply the three together, or multiply them all together. So I'm going to do that here too. So this one is missing an x and a 7. So 7x, do the same thing to the top, 7x times 1. The middle one here is missing an x plus 4 and a 7. So 7x plus 4. 7 times 2 times x plus 4 would be in the numerator there then. You can read my chicken scratch handwriting. And the last one is missing an x plus 4 and an x. So x plus 4. Now all the denominators are the same. Got to do the numerator 2 there. All right, so the denominator equals 7x, x plus 4. And again, you could distribute that through, but I'm going to leave it because they're the same. 7 times x times 1 is 7x. 7 times 2 is 14, and I'm going to go ahead and distribute that through. So 7 times 2 is 14. 14 times x is 14x. 14 times 4 is going to give me, what, 56, I think? Plus 56, there we go. And I'm going to distribute this through as well. So I've got 1 times x is x, x times x is x squared, x times 4 is 4x. Again, just like in the example I gave in the lesson, we can effectively ignore the denominator. They're already equal to each other. So for these two proportions to be equal, or these two ratios, excuse me, to be equal, the numerators have to be equal as well. So let's do 7x. Again, I'm going to distribute that minus sign through. Minus 14x minus 56 equals x squared plus 4x. So it's already a simpler problem now to work with. I'm going to combine my like terms on the left side of the equal sign here. 7x minus 14x, negative 7x minus 56. So I've simplified both sides of the equal sign already. I'm going to then move everything onto the same side of the equal sign. That way I can try and factor it. So I'm going to add 7x to both sides. I'm going to add 56 to both sides. I'm going to get 0 equals x squared plus, what's that going to be, 11x plus 56. Leave it like that. Is that right? Right. Yep. 56, so we got 11x. Yep. Okay, so I believe I wrote the wrong answer on the original slide. We're going to find out here as I'm double checking myself. Yes. So let's work with this. I believe I said 7 and 8 in the lesson, and if you got that and went, wait a minute, I got the wrong, or you didn't get that. You said, wait a minute, I got the wrong answer. Let's look at what the right answer should be, because you shouldn't have gotten that answer. 56, we can't find two numbers that multiply 56 that do add to 11. So let's work with, we'll use the quadratic formula for this. So opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, and I'll make a note of that in the lesson. So for this one then, b is 11, so negative 11 plus or minus the square root of 11 squared minus 4 times 1 times 56 all over 2 times a, all over 2. So if I do the discriminant, the material underneath the radical there, we're doing 11 squared minus 4 times 1 times 56. I'm going to end up with square root of negative 103 over 2. Now 103, I'm going to ignore the negative for just a minute. 103 is prime, so we can't factor that any further. Yep. So we're good with 103. We can't, or not factor that. We can't reduce that any further. I can pull the negative out though, because square root of -1 is I all over 2. So that would be the correct answer for this one. If you did not get -7 and -8 because you got this answer, you did do it correct. And so that is the correct answer for this problem.